I've been here with my grandmother when I was about 3 years old. I remember spending a lot of time on the farm here. The farm isn't very big, it's 20 acres. I inherited and I bought part of the farm from my sister. Until then it was by my parents. The fields are probably maybe 150 years old. I quite like looking at them. You know, when you look at them, you realise they've been built by the farmers that are working here by hand, and all the stonework. You could just about see how they made them and the drains they had for the hedges. The hedges, they are made from earth and stone, and then fenced with trees growing off the top of the hedge, and then they probably trimmed them and farmed them to keep the animals contained in each field. Now you can see some of the trees are very, very old. I mean, there's a few trees now that are quite big. You don't see so many massive oak trees and things now on the hedges because modern days now they seem to, well, they've gotten either old and fallen, or they have been trimmed or cut for plywood. The main function of the hedges is keeping your animals secure, and also in the winter they can be a shelter for sheep and cows. They don't really like being in the wind and the cold and the rain. And then they have the food in the spring. If I was like a rodent, you mean, or a mammal inside the hedge, I think I might enjoy it. I quite like coming here in the summer, and I'll just walk down here and I'll sit and just look around and listen to animals and everything. And because there is a little fox trail here somewhere. I could see it in the morning. I could see the fox just running across here. The hedges were unique in that they had fruit on them. You could have like crab apples, you could have apple trees, you could have hazel trees and the nuts. Some of them have got rose. In the autumn it has the red pips, which is beautiful. When I go for a walk, I notice I don't walk around, in the middle of a field. I walk around the hedge, around the field, because I want to look at what's the biodiversity that's actually in there, and see what is the latest plant that's coming up now. Living with the hedges around me, when it's windy, I feel safer. You have less noise maybe from the road, and I also have the house is a bit more protected as well, and there's no hedges, and I think the people are missing out on a big thing.
I was originally born in Cheltenham, which is in Gloucestershire, southern England. I wasn't actually trained as a farmer, but going out to France, had so much land, orchards, wall gardens, hedging to do, maintaining the ground, animals to look after. I suddenly had to be a farmer. Ways of doing hedging was quite simple. It was very interesting indeed. Normally, I leave them for about 3 to 4 years and then savage them. First of all, I use a hedge trimmer to get at the hedge, and I wade into it, cutting at it, till I get to the actual wood, the thick wood. If it's very thick, say over the size of your thigh of a leg, then I'll cut it with the chainsaw, drop it, and log up. Some of the trees I'll just leave and say, let them go another 5 years, and then they get a bit bigger. This is in our garden. Well, it's not a garden, it's part of the field, look. And the dog goes mad because he likes that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's sat on the passenger seat and I'm driving. And then that's Sally, the wife, other side. But you can see the size of the hedges here, you see. The French maintain all their hedgerows and their roads absolutely beautifully. The hedges in France are different in species, as I say, hazel, and they have what they call out there a blackthorn, which is a horrendous thorn that goes through your gloves, goes through anything. I mean, they will do a lot of damage. The French people treat them as a resource. The hedges are all grown to give some production, i.e. hazelnuts, blackcurrants, all sorts of mushrooms in the hedgerows itself. People come out from the towns, park their car somewhere and wander down the hedgerows with baskets and say, you haven't cropped all those plum trees. And I go, no, help yourself. I've got in Normandy, which was peaceful and quiet. But Normandy changed, the farms went, people moved in that didn't necessarily farm the land. And I wanted somewhere I could have a bit of peace and quiet and concentrate on my artistic works. And what have I got here? Up on the moors, up on the mountain, peace, quiet, very, very gentle, wonderful vistas, views, magic. Actually, all the surroundings of this field have just got sheep fencing, and the garden, just sheep fencing. So very little in the way of hedging, got a few plum trees here, but nothing in the way of hedging. So I'd like to put that hedging in. I look across and it's a lovely view. I can't help it. People say, we don't get bored of the same mountain, but the colours, the clouds, always changing. The grasses, the sedges, everything's changing. Very beautiful. So if I do put a hedge in, I'll probably keep it to just about above the sheep fence. Without any hedges at all, I feel a little bit naked.
I work as a delivery driver. I deliver food in different areas every day, such as town, villages, houses, flats, sometimes farms in countryside. I like the countryside here very much. It is very beautiful and peaceful, and it's very different from busy town and cities.
Turn left onto Bromwinai.
Sometimes driving here is easy, but sometimes it's difficult because many roads are very narrow, especially in countryside. When I met a narrow road, I slowed down and drove very carefully. If another car comes, I stop. Then I again and to start my journey. The hedges make the road look beautiful, but sometimes they make me feel a little bit nervous because they make the road narrow, and it is harder to see the around corner edge of the road.
In a quarter of a mile. At the roundabout, take the first exit. Then at the roundabout, turn left.
In my hometown, the countryside is more open. The roads are wider and there are not many hedges. Whenever you want, you can go. It's all free. And if we talk about here countryside is more greener and more natural. They have some restrictions sometimes hanging up in the boards where they mention that there is a private place, so there are many differences.
When I'm driving back home down the lane and I got the hedge on each side, I'm very proud of it because I've made them and I think they look really smart. And when they're full of green leaves, they're even more beautiful.
If I'm driving on the road, I love hedges, but I'm very picky. I can't help but judge. It's like anyone, if you've done hedging, you look at other hedges and you go, oh, oh, that's nicely laid. Someone's laid that. If I see a badly fitted door, oh dear, that's a mess.
While I am driving, I usually think about the next delivery and the best route to take, and also think about reaching the customer on time. It feels good when I arrive on time. Sometime I think it would be nice to have a small farmhouse in countryside in future, because I like quiet and peaceful life here.